And I would pay the whole fees again just to go through this. I'm not kidding. I would pay this whole fees again just to go through this. It's placement apart. Placement, so if not now, you'll get it somewhere else. You'll get a job somewhere, right? But the learnings and the connections you make are very important. MBA is a very costly networking game.
Hi everyone, my name is Manpreet Singh. I am a student at IIM Rohtak, and today I am going to start my podcast journey. This is going to be my very first podcast. I am doing it with one of my seniors who has accomplished a lot of things in 2 years of his MBA, and we'll be talking about many aspects of the MBA life and even many psychological aspects, many aspects such as hard work and it is going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you find it informative. And if you do give it a thumbs up, do support me, and I'll be really grateful. So let's get to it. So today I have with me Shree Varshan. He is my senior at IIM Rohtak, and he has achieved a lot. He's a really hard worker, and he has landed his job in his dream company. And he's one of the persons that I know has utilized his 2 years of MBA journey to the fullest. And he's the we haven't met a lot on campus in person, but on calls and talking to him has been a pleasure for me. So hi Varshan, how are you?
Hi, I'm Manpreet. I'm fantastic, man. Top of the world. How are you?
Really good, really good. So where are
Thank you.
you right now?
That was a very gracious welcome, man. Thank you so much. The pleasure was all mine being here. Thank you so much for this. It's a great initiative that we've taken.
Yeah, thank you so much. So yeah, this is
Great,
my
great, man.
first podcast, right?
All the very best, brother. So many
Yeah.
good things lined up.
Thank
Don't
you
worry.
so much, and thank you
Yes,
for
yes.
taking out time from your busy
No,
schedule.
no, no. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure, man. Completely my pleasure.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, Manpreet.
Let me introduce myself. Let me start with introducing
yeah. I
myself.
was going to say that only. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
please, yes,
So
please.
I'm Varshan. I hail from Tamil Nadu, Chennai, from the southern part of India. So my UG, my undergrad was in multimedia and marketing. I pursued my UG in multimedia marketing with majors in animation. I am a filmmaker by passion. I've done almost 40 plus short films as a lead actor, and I've written scripts for few. And I've pursued around three proper SIP summer internships and 12 live projects over a span of 2 years in my MBA. And I pursued my MBA from IIM Rohtak. And I'm placed to my dream company, that's OfBusiness. And currently I'm a management trainee, but low-key I'm heading Tamil Nadu for the apparel division right now. So that's all about me, and I'm looking forward for this podcast.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the major things that you have utilized the 2 years of your MBA more than I think anybody else I know for now. And you have done a lot. You have done really well in your summer internships, and now you have your dream company. So yeah, that is really amazing.
Thank you.
So from that, talking about the dream company. So many times the thing comes is many times people do not have a dream company in mind. For even like people like me, even they are in first year or even before joining the MBA college, and many people do have a dream company, but that just to speak in front of other people, and that's just because they have heard the company's name here and there, and they know that it is a big brand, and I would like to work there. So how actually do you approach that this concept of a dream company?
See, it's a very simple formula, Manpreet. Dream company, it's something very relative, right? So what you dream today might not be your dream tomorrow. So when I entered IIM Rohtak, my dream company was Amul, right? So FMCG, that was a very fancy thing. I wanted to get to Amul. But over the period of time, once I started getting on the, so I started from ground zero. There was no one to guide me properly. So once I started to go with the flow, I understood that, chalo, this is maybe not my cup of tea. I've interned with FMCGs. I've interned with FMCGs before. And I thought maybe this particular company is not my cup of tea. Then or not my cup of tea right now at this particular point of time. So I'm placed with the OfBusiness right now. And how I chose this company, or how generally one person should choose a dream company, is: does your vision and mission suit the company's vision and mission? Is there a PJ fit? Is there a PC fit? Is there a person job fit? Is there a person company fit? Is the company letting you grow? Right? Is the company growing? And most importantly, are you able to see yourself heading the company one day. So this is very simple. This is a simple formula that I've been told by my mentors, and this is what I follow as well. So this is a dream company is to be chosen, and this is a one person. Usually, this is how I've chosen my dream company right now, and that's OfBusiness. And I'm very glad that I'm pleased with that company right
Okay, that was actually really amazing, and I should note that note that down definitely. Yeah, that was a good one. And so yeah, more about you and what are you currently working on, and did you have work experience before coming to
I'm a
Rohtak?
complete fresher. I'm a 2020 graduate. So I studied in Loyola College in Chennai. So
Okay,
I'm a fresher. I'm a complete fresher. So I spent 3 years of my life in my UG. So I studied, it's arts. So I spent 3 years of my life completely in cinema theaters and in front of cameras because I'm a filmmaker, right? So my complete 3 years were just in front of cameras and in front of cinema theaters, analyzing both how to make a movie commercially as well as finding the rhythm of the audience there, right? So I was always into business, and I understood that okay, maybe I want to be a filmmaker on the business side. But like I told you, dreams change, and on the path, I found out that maybe this is something I might want to pursue in the future, but not right now. And that's how it changed. I'm a fresher, like I've told you. I'm straight out of UG, and I went into MBA. Gave me a cat. I got into IIM Rohtak. Hmm. I when I started off, my CV was very dull. So we all know, placement preparation committees, they come, they help you. They're very quite helpful, right? From our
right,
college, both the placement committee and the placement preparation committee. So they were very helpful, and they told me, see, you have to pull up your socks. You have nothing. You have no internships, nothing. 3 years. So you're one of the lowest people in the college right now who has nothing in their CV, right? It was one CV was just 1/5 of a page, and it was, I would say, it's a positive ego. I took it to my ego, and I started doing 3 to 4 LPs at the same time. So online classes, 3 to 4 LPs at the same time, shoots, workout. So this was my schedule. My day starts from morning 6 o'clock. My day ends at 2 a.m. in the morning again next day. So so for the whole 2 years, I just had 4 hours of sleep, but I was just hustling, and I'm thankful things have led one thing led to another, and I'm here right now.
yeah. Interestingly, I am a 2019 graduate.
Oh, that's great. You're quite senior to me when it comes to age, right?
When it comes to age, I might be. Yeah, and yes, one thing that you are pretty a hard worker. You have done a lot. Like you slept for 4 hours a day, and that was after you joined MBA, or that was
Yes,
just
yes. After I joined MBA.
so. Uh, are you able to hear me? You are stuck.
Yeah. It's fine now.
Yeah,
It's fine now.
yeah. So,
Cool.
so this kind of like dedication, growth mindset, and this kind of consistency that doesn't come all of a sudden, right? You might have
So
been that way earlier.
I told you, it was a good thing for me that I took it to my ego. Whatever happened, whatever my peers were saying that your CV is very bad. Your CV is probably the worst CV in. So I had the worst resume when I joined MBA. My resume was the worst of the whole lot. So there are
Okay,
250 people. My resume was the worst. There were 249 people above me. So I took it to my ego, and I had to do it somehow. I was like, "Chalo, this is not happening now. It's time. I at least have to be in the 150th position, not in 250th position. At least in 150th position." And that's how I started. And
okay,
so how I built was basically very simple. I started doing every internship I got, right, irrespective of the brand or the role. Whatever came my way, I took it. I ate it, right. And after a point, they were around. I think it was 7 months down the line. I had 7 LPs alone, 7 live projects in my CV in 7 months. So then I started pitching people, cold messaging people, saying that I have 7 LPs so far. So this is my USP. In 7 months, I've done 7 LPs. Each LP lasts for around 2 to 3 months, right? So I've done 7 LPs. So I would love to be a part of your company right now to do an internship. So that's why I started pitching bigger companies. So after a point, once I built my pedigrees, my rudimentaries on small or growing companies, I started approaching MNCs because brand value always matters in your CV, right? If you always get in a brand to your CV, it always does, add value to you. So I bought in that. So I pissed myself, and I messaged 1,000 people. Probably 2 people reply back. I try to convert those 2 internships somehow. So that's how it's gone. But it's been a very tough thing. People don't reply, and they don't have to take the time out of their busy schedule for you. You're no one. You're a layman, right? So 2 or 3 good people have replied to me, and they thankfully are my mentors right now in the industry, and I worked under them, under their guidance, and it's gone good.
Yeah, actually. So even though you had nothing else on your CV or nothing, no background, but you were the hardest worker in the room. So that has
So I
taken
so
you
there has
a
been a
long.
point where I couldn't fit things in one not one 2 pages. So I needed more than 2 pages CV. So then but it doesn't work that way. So you have to prioritize what is important. So I bought in just the brands and then to work with the the CV pointers, the so according to the JDs and start applying for companies that way. But
Yeah.
but that's something you eventually learn in the in the
Right,
journey.
right. Actually, that's quite an amazing example of how you can build from scratch even in a short period of time. Many people I've seen, even myself, they get demotivated that they have entered a place so competitive, they find themselves way behind of others and they don't seem to catch up.
Uh-huh.
So that is
Of course.
actually an amazing example of that.
That does happen. That does happen. But it's you just have to realize that no one is lesser than anyone here. We're all in the same page. We have all
Right.
cracked CAT. We've all given our VAT PIGD and we've all given our interviews properly. And then we are here. So if he can or she can, I can for sure. That's the same attitude that my mentors kept saying me. That's what I follow. So one good thing about me is I had very good mentors from IIM, ABC, Colicode, Indore. So I've chosen people who are in the industry are doing great right now. I follow them blindly. Whatever they told me, I follow them blindly. So people often say, have one mentor, follow them or her. That's not what I believe in. You can have multiple mentors for multiple reasons, right? So I followed one person because he or she talks really well. I followed another because he or she knows how to get the work done. And I followed another person because he or she knows how to work properly on it. So many people, different reasons, different skills, I've acquired from them because I was able to choose mentors properly. That's the very important thing, and
So
that's
how
paid
did
off
you
very well.
how did you start on with that? How did you choose mentors, or how did you got in touch with them? And
Very
exactly,
simple. LinkedIn.
starting from the
LinkedIn.
basics, how what do you call a mentor, or
Very
and how
that's
do you,
that's
yeah.
a very good question. A mentor is it's very simple, man. It's very simple, right? There's this glass, right? This
Right,
is a mentor. Okay. What is the use of this glass without water? Right? If I
right.
need water, right, I'll have to go to a river stream, take it up from there, and come. So that place, river becomes the mentor. You're a hollow cylinder here, and whatever's filling you in with knowledge or XYZ things, that is going to be a mentor because that's helping you get something into you. And at one point, you know that maybe you're better than your mentor. Maybe you acquired more knowledge than your mentor. That's the time you part away with a very good note. Saying, okay, Chalo, thank you so much for all you've done. I think it's time I chase something else right now. You understand? So that happens. That very well happens many times. And I've had many mentors who are not my mentors anymore. I still respect them. They're still there. We are in very good touch. I have better mentors now. Very simple. Many reasons, many mentors. That's it. And what is a mentor? I've told you, any person who can guide you in a right way, he's just going to catch a lantern. He or she is going to catch a lantern, and they're going to guide you in this way. Because you're going in a very dark path, they're going to guide you that way. That's it. That person is a mentor that time. That's all. And how I chose them, very simple. First, I wanted to make sure what I wanted to where I wanted to go. And after I understood where I wanted to go, I chose people who are already in that path. For example, as soon as we come for any marketing person, sales or marketing person, FMCG is the thing in a B school, right? So as soon as I entered the B school here, I saw people who are in FMCG from our college itself who are doing great right now. So I connected with them over LinkedIn, spoke to them. Few times they reply, few times they don't. So I message hundreds of people there. And people who reply, I try to get on a call because a call works the best, if not face to face, right? So we work on call, and once we vibe in very well, I ask them what to do, how to approach. You tell me. You respect them. You respect their time. You respect them. They would definitely reciprocate it. That's how it works for me.
Yeah, so so if you have to grow, you have to dissociate yourself from your ego, right? So you
Of
have
course, man.
to,
Of course.
like, for example, you told about you approached companies for internships, and you like texted thousands of people and got like 2 or 4 replies. So
Of
that
course. Of
was
course.
that. For the rest of 998 people, you did not take it to your ego. You
You
did
can't
not,
see.
you cannot,
There's
yes.
a phrase.
You
There's
stop
a phrase
growing
that
then.
goes. There's a phrase that goes. Beggars can't be choosers.
Right,
Okay. So
right.
at that point, I was a beggar. It's even right now, all of us are beggars at this point because we are still learning. There's so much that we can get. There's so much we can extract out of, the outside world. So at that point, I was a beggar. for that particular internship, I can't be a chooser. I can't pick up fights. I can't ask them why you're not replying. Right. So though another funny thing is my dad. So he's a vice president of an MNC. He had so many contacts in FMCG, but I never used any of it because I wanted to be on myself. You understand?
Right.
So I wanted to be self-made, and I've never used. And my parents have been very supportive. They wanted to contribute something to my career, but they've asked me constantly. I've never used it. Okay. So you can't use your ego when people don't reply because you are the one who's going behind them. You need them. They don't need you at all.
Right.
You're actually liability to them, but they are an asset to you in B school terms. Very simple.
Right. Even when choosing mentors, you do not have to care for the people who do not reply you. You have to care for the people only who reply. Yeah.
Of course. That's
so after that, other than this, other than being the hardest worker in the room, what has helped you to?
I'll tell you something.
Any other qualities you already have? Yeah.
I am not the hardest worker in my set. Okay. I've seen people work very hard, but what I believe personally is I put in my efforts in the right direction. Right. So I had a calculated thing. I knew this is where I wanted to be from point A to point B. I chose my point B. I just put my efforts in the right way. And the people who are with me, who were with me, and who still are with me, my very close friends, they know the efforts I've been through. They know the efforts I put in to be at wherever I am right now, wherever I wanted to be at that point. Right. And honestly, there are many people who have done extraordinary things in MBA, who have done for one proper, national level competitions. When I say competitions, I'm talking about proper corporate competitions, okay, as national winners, etc. They put in so much effort, and I completely respect that. But what I feel is that was not where I wanted to be, and I put my efforts in different directions. So I'm not a hard worker, but I worked it in the right direction. That's it. That's how I would define myself.
Yeah, right. That was more or less what I meant actually. And
right.
Yeah, so yes, apart from I was asking that. Apart from that, what do you think must have helped you? Any qualities you already had, or you developed, or you learned from your mentors, like communication skills? You seem to have you seem to be really good at communication, and you are really good in connecting with people, like we connected, and
of course,
I heard that also. Yeah.
So my key strengths were two main things. And you mentioned both of them. One is networking, other one is communication, right? So I feel I've been handed this down, genetically. So my whole family is the same way. My dad is he's very good at networking. So is my mom, and both of them talk splendidly. Like they talk really well, right? So I've been handed. So this is something genetically brought down to me, but I've diverted that thing to a proper path. So this has helped me really well. But apart from that, what has helped me is judging. I learned to judge people as in a positive way. That I can judge people as in a positive way. The thing is,
right.
If I go to him, I'll get this. If I go to this guy or that girl, I won't get this. Right? If I need something to be done from someone, I know who to get it from. Right? I can judge that particular thing, and that is something I learned in the stream, right, on my way while doing my MBA. So I've been backstabbed many times, for example, I dive into something and then that gets halfway done and the blame comes on you. And this is something all of us have been through at one point or the other, right? So through all these journeys, you get to understand, so, this is what you're supposed to judge a person based on these XYZ reasons. And that's a quality that's helped me in a very massive way. Judge people according to what you need from them.
Yeah, right. Can you actually tell more about it? That anything that goes behind that, what psychology goes behind that, or how do you do that to your advantage? How do you actually
see? It's very simple. Okay, it's very simple. There's a person in your how to say. So there's a committee going on, right? In your committee, your seniors there. Okay, so there's always two people. One is a decision maker. The other one is an inducer who can induce a decision. Okay, who can bring in the spark, who can make the decision maker make this decision. There are two people. These are the two people you always need to impress. The other people are just the pawns there. You impress them, don't impress them, doesn't matter at all, right? So in a committee, a pawn puts himself or herself as a person who showcases himself as a decision maker. Okay, and you blindly follow them, right? At last, they tell you that they make sure that they get all the work out of it, extract you. They extract everything from you. They get work done, and then they'll tell you you are going to be the next president for sure of the committee, but you will not be the president, right? Why? Because that pawn has no value in the committee. The pawn can make no decisions as such. The pawn can't make someone who's making decision make this decision also. You understand? So this place, if you already judge that person saying that this person can't make me the president, why would I waste so much time and energy in this process? I would rather put this energy into impressing someone who can make me the president, right? So that is where the judging skills comes, and that has helped me because I was the president of a committee.
Yeah, right. I am aware of
So the
that as
judgment
well.
see, this is just an example, very rough, vague example, but this is how it works basically. It's always good to identify the things at the very first level and streaming it towards where you want it. And that's business, right? That's what B School teaches you as well.
Right.
Make everything to your advantage. Convert your threats into possibilities. This is something you learn in the very first year.
Right. So, how much credit do you give to an MBA degree or towards building you? Or like what we say, MBA is just a means to an end. Many people consider it that this is the only thing, that this will make or break me, while others say
This
that
will
it
make
is
us, sorry, I lost you. This will make us.
a make or break their career. Some people see it just as a means to end, and they just provide the MBA just provides the opportunities. So even if it is an IIM, MBA is not just everything they have, and some people act like MBA is everything they have. So what are your thoughts on these kind
First
of?
of all, many people have a very wrong misconception, right? They have a misconception thinking that MBA is a placement factory. And in multiple scenarios, multiple business heads who have been, pass outs of B schools, multiple directors of B schools have quoted that MBA or our college is not a placement factory. And on the contrary, there are smaller tier 3, tier 4 colleges, MBA colleges that say 100% placement. You come, give us money only after you place. So there are people who market their colleges like this as well, right? So there are two sides of the story here. What my take is, MBA is not something. See, if you're supposed to, if you're a horse, right? If you're a donkey, MBA can't make you a horse, right? MBA can maybe make you the best of the donkeys. Okay. If you're a horse and you don't have an MBA, maybe you'll be the worst of the horses, but you're still a horse. You still have a horse inside you. Very simple. That's what it is. So MBA gets the best out of you. It gives you exposure to a larger crowd, especially in a B school. So you go there, right from your case studies that you have, right from, they make sure that you go under stress. So you're able to take stress. So when you go to the outside corporate world, not even corporate, if you start up tomorrow, you will have to take in the stress. You will have to deal with people. You'll have to know how to move in with people, how to, talk to them, how to sugarcoat them, right? Starting from your venture capitalists to your end consumers. You'll have to know how to satisfy each and everyone's needs. So
Right.
MBA teaches everything. They don't directly teach you, but on the process, you get to learn everything. Right? We talk about companies' failures every day in case studies. We talk about how a company makes revenue. We talk about how a leadership went bad. We talk about how a company that's going down has made it to the top because of one leader. And these are examples of living people who have done living things. Right? This is what we take away from an MBA, and we use it. We improvise. So, for example, you learn something, you add your Manpreet seal there, and that is what goes out. They say Manpreet did this, right? But your idea, your ideology, your thought process behind has been induced by an MBA. MBA is important. I would say MBA has contributed almost 90% of me, whoever I am. That has been, tuned or sharpened by MBA, but MBA is not everything. If not for an MBA, also I would have probably been doing what I like in a better way. So MBA has just helped me into this proper corporate world in a proper state. That's what I believe in.
Right. And yeah, there is a lot of emphasis on the environment MBA provides you, not only the subjects and not only the kind of academic curriculum. So there are case studies we study there, and there are many open. We are more open to a lot of live projects. We are open to internships and newer competitions and opportunities, and even about talk about social life. We have diverse peer group.
You get to meet a very diverse crowd.
Diverse crowd.
Right. So if not for this MBA, maybe see, I'm from South, okay, and you're from a northern part of India.
Right.
We would have probably never met if not for this MBA. And I would pay the whole fees again just to go through this. I'm not kidding. I would pay this whole fees again just to go through this. It's placement apart. Placement, so if not now, you'll get it somewhere else. You'll get a job somewhere, right? But the learnings and the connections you make are very important. MBA is a very costly networking game. Very simple.
Okay, that's interesting. That was a pretty bold statement. I really like that one. Yeah.
And that's true, no? That's true. My dad's a golfer. So he takes golf very seriously. And I've been playing golf since my third standard till my seventh grade, and then I had to stop because of ACADS. So he always says golfing is not a rich man's game. It's a networking game, right? You name any top CXO, they would be a golfer somewhere. There would be some connection somehow. It's a networking game. And same thing with MBA. Today, for example, you might start up tomorrow, right? And if you need a person who is going to head the sales team, back of your mind, in case you think, okay, Varshan might be a good person, I might get in, and that's only because of the network I made. You get it? My trades are going to be the same, whatever happens, but that network matters a lot, and that network is built through MBA. It's a very costly networking game here. And when I say I particularly call it game because you might win or lose. It's break or make, like you said. I'm quoting the same thing. So you can break it or make it here, but it's a game, and it's a very costly networking game in a B school.
Right.
That's what I feel.
Yeah. So we have touched upon a lot of topics. Yeah. So we'll just end this soon. So I wanted to touch upon the topic of, as we have talked a lot about already, I wanted to touch upon social life of MBA and how diverse peer groups help you, how to deal with many problems people might face in social life, networking with people, or any inputs that you might have that your experiences have told you.
So half of the people I know have gone through a mental breakdown at some point in MBA. Not half, more than half. Right? They've gone through a proper mental breakdown. People might think, chalo, these people already study well. They come from NITs, IITs, different backgrounds. Academically, they're already good. So they'll make it through an MBA perfectly fine. You have nothing to do, but MBA has nothing to do with ACADS. Right? It's more of your social life and how you take it forward. And I am sure anyone knows from a B school can relate to what I'm saying right now. Okay? It has nothing to do with ACADS. B schools have nothing to do with ACADS. MBA has nothing of what's happening there. But what matters the most is the peers, right? They make you get back on your toes again, and they make you run. That's very important. I think I've lost you. You're stuck.
No, it was stuck in between, but currently it's fine.
Yes. So I've made the best of my friends in MBA. I'm very, very, very happy that I made a very, very proper network, a very first knitted connection. Right, not woven, a knitted, proper close knitted connection in MBA schools, and they're all doing great. They're all placed with great companies right now. We're still in touch. I'm even flying to Bangalore to meet two of them. Along with my, I'm going on official trip, but I'm also meeting them. So this is what. So your takeaway from an MBA is not going to be your degree, not going to be your, your placement. It's going to be a social life, the friends that you make there, and they would change your character completely, man, completely. Because they all come from different diverse groups. They bring in different thought processes with them. So when all of them talk together, you learn so much. And again, academics, it's peer learning. You learn more from your peers than you learn from your professors there. Your professors know they've been teaching the same thing for 10 years, yes. But your peers bring in, for example, I come from making background. Another person comes from an agriculture background. Another person comes from engineering background. Another person comes from a biology background, right? Imagine 4 people in a team. There's always groups, right? Groups. 4 people in a group. All of them have different points of views, different POVs, different thought processes. So how interesting would it be when you take a normal, a product life cycle? 4 people will bring in 4 different perspectives from 4 different industries, 4 different fields. You get it? So you learn so much. You learn so much that your mind can't fathom in one. If I'm normally talking to you about all these, your mind can't fathom. But when it's happening in a group, you learn so much. The takeaway is so astonishing. So that's another advantage of social life, your peer learning there.
Exactly. I can connect with that. We get to have more relevant kind of thought processes. That is actually more relevant. For example, like in this podcast, in this conversation, you are the right person to talk to about MBA because you have just graduated. But if I go to a professor who has done MBA like 15 years ago, so he won't be able to tell these things. He will tell these things, but
Of course.
definitely it's not fresh
That's
in his
something you
mind.
can't relate to me. That's
Ha,
something you
it
can't
won't
relate to.
be so relatable. Right,
Of course.
exactly. So any of your recommendations, like what would you suggest or what would you recommend or say about social life, that how one should approach it, and at least one or two pointers that one should take out in these 2 years of
It's very
MBA?
simple. It's very simple, man. Your friends come first. Okay. Friends and family, they come first. Obviously, you're not with your family in college, so friends come first. Whatever it is, never give up. Integrity. Integrity is very important, right? Whatever happens, don't rat out, don't give up on your friends. Okay. Number two, acads, placements, competitions, certifications comes and goes. Okay. But the moments that you have right now will never come. The dorm parties, right? The dorm parties you have are extraordinary. Those are the things I remember on the last day of my MBA. I don't remember what I studied, the case I studied, Zara ka case, or General Motors ka case. I don't remember all of them. I remember the parties that that happened in my dorm, the people I interacted with, the from first day to last day, how many connections I made, how many friends I've lost, how many friends have sustained with me. So it's a proper up and down cycle, right? I remember that. So take away those moments, and trust me, you have more business lessons from your friendships than more business lessons from your classes. So that's this is all I have to say.
So
And
I
this is
think
how it's been for me. This is how it's been for me. So it might have been different way for others.
that is actually what you are saying actually seems simple, but it is a very tough thing when it comes to MBA, because
Of course.
people are not collaborative. Matlab, at least when they join, they do not come with a collaborative mindset. They come with a competitive
See, the
mindset
thing is,
because they are in a
the
competitive environment fighting for a placement.
the first thing I heard from my senior is, whatever you're preparing, whatever internships you're doing, don't tell your friends. She
Yeah,
actually told me this. She's one of my committee member seniors. She actually told me, like, whatever you're preparing, don't tell your friends. I didn't understand. I was like, why? It made sense to me in the starting of my MBA because everyone is a competition. It's relative grading. Everyone is a competition for me, right? My placements matter in this case. So I understood. I was like, okay, fine. But over a period of time, I didn't understand. I was like, what am I running for? So once I got placed, I was one of the first people to get placed in my final placements in the college. So I was helping almost everyone, not everyone, almost more than 80 people. I was helping them to prepare continuously, somehow push them, get them into good companies. So I know them very well. And apart from that, I've been helping juniors constantly, with their internships, because I know I've been through struggles. My seniors, few of them helped me, few of them didn't. Okay. So I've been through those struggles. I wanted to be a better senior to my juniors, right? So I help my juniors, I help my batchmates. So towards the end of your MBA, you'll realize all this. So what I suggest is start realizing it earlier. That will be helpful for you. You'll have a fruitful time. You'll have more fun at least. And when your friend gets placed and you don't get placed, that will definitely happen at one point, right? Your friends get placed, you don't get placed, and you will feel very demotivated. But don't worry, everyone is going to get into a good company because all of us have put in good efforts, right? No one has simply come in, no one has spent 2 years rubbing the chair here. So that will happen. Don't get demotivated. All of things will fall well in good places. Don't worry. That's all I have to
uh,
say. And this is something you
definitely.
can't relate to, you won't understand until unless you go through it by yourself.
Yeah, amazing. That was actually something really good to hear. And even I was confused about that because I should be. I think I feel like,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, you're back. You're back now. I think you lost connection
yeah.
between.
So that was what I was saying. That I was earlier really confused about should we be competitive, collaborative, diplomatic, or whatnot. Because I really believe in being very transparent, very humble, and uh, we should not keep anything uh, just because we want to be competitive.
Of course,
So I always believe
completely
in
makes sense.
do your best, and it's not a very good practice to hide it from others just to win. The best way to
Very
win
true.
is just making yourself more capable, right?
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. So
There's a lag in connection, and I'm not sure what it is.
yeah, even I am not sure it is on my end or your end. But
My
anyways,
wife,
so,
I
it
guess.
was a really great one. I think it's the time we conclude it.
Yes, man, Manpreet. It's a pleasure. Was completely mine. It's a great thing you're doing, right? All the very best. It's a great start. Do well. Kill it. the whole whatever is under the sun is yours. Don't worry, just go get it. Do so. My advice to am I audible or am I getting stuck?
Yeah,
in
you are
between?
audible. You are audible.
So my advice to my juniors that I completely do is, if you have a dilemma whether to focus on acads or to focus on your other extracurricular, I would say please keep acads as the last thing. Academics matter a lot. I'm not saying no, it matters a lot because you learn so much from your acads, right? But what matters more is your internships, your LPs, the certifications that you do, the competitions that you win. Because whatever you're learning in acads, the book knowledge is becoming practical knowledge. The theory is becoming practical only when you implement it outside, right? So, and our colleges actually do give you full permission to go pursue whatever you want. So that's a very good thing about IIMs. They say, "Chalo, you do whatever you want as long as you're able to balance. Perfectly fine for us." Right? So they're very supportive. IIMs are very supportive. At least my college is very, very supportive with me. My teachers were very supportive. One of my professors, Mr. Ramashankar, helped me, completely sat and helped me, with doing a PPT for getting an internship, an FMCG, with Kevin Care. So he helped me completely with the PPT. So that's tell me how many professors would do this, right? So I still he's one of my mentors. I still look up to him, Mr. Ramashankar Yadav. So just go for it. Focus more on outside things. Get your knowledge from acads and implement it outside. This is what I keep saying to my juniors and every other people that I'm talking to. Same thing for everyone who's seeing.
Yeah,
Thank you
that
so
is
much.
so great, and I think I should connect with the professors more. Yeah, so I haven't been talking to a lot of them. So yeah, it was definitely great talking to you. Had some really great insights, really informative, and I am definitely going to apply some of the things like connecting with the professors. And yeah, it is always a good thing to talk to someone who already has all the experience that. And thank you so much for taking out time on your weekend out of your busy schedule.